Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Behind the Scenes of Mario Party DS Anti-Piracy. This is the episode that's going to be free on YouTube, and it's going to go over the very first Piracy screen, as well as the song that I made, Piracy is No Party. So, yeah, hopefully I won't miss anything too crazy, and let's dive into it. So, starting out, we're here in Apple's Final Cut Pro software, which is my video editing software of choice. I've used it since 2014, and it's pretty good actually. Pretty powerful for, a flat fee versus whereas Adobe charges a subscription fee and other stuff just is very crazy expensive. This is a single $300 fee, and you get unlimited updates and stuff, so I like it a lot. It's pretty fun to use. I know my way around it, I think. So yeah, this is what I made it in. On the left here we have a library and events inside that library, which I am now causing my computer to lag by loading them up. But the one that we're concerned about here, and you'll notice a bunch of familiar names, code names here. The one we're concerned about today is in the 6.19.20 library. And you might be wondering, why is it named 6.19.20 versus Host Hoedown or Mole Death or something like that? And that's because I never expected the anti-piracy screen to get as big as it did, so it was a one-off project along with a bunch of other stuff I have in here, the names of which are probably very unfamiliar to you. So yeah. If you scroll down through all the projects I have, all the different videos I've made, until you see 240 PIR, which again is very lazily named, and that, in my mind at the time, stood for 240p resolution anti-piracy screen. I just sort of amalgamated that into one name. We're already in it right here at the bottom, 240 PIR, and this is basically it. So this is the whole Piracy is No Party video. I'll run it through, because why not? Yeah, you get the idea. So what's going on here? Basically, we've got our gameplay, which is a video called Mario Party DS Cherry Go Round 195.2 centimeter TAS. It's a video I found on YouTube, and the only video in the series where I didn't record the gameplay myself. After that, we get our error pop-up, which is a bunch of things. Let's zoom in here and check out what's going on. I take a screenshot of the gameplay here, move it a couple times, then freeze it. And this is a clip of audio of just the final, part of the gameplay looping over and over. That's how did the error sound. And on top of all that, we have what you probably will find the most interesting of all this section, the error dialog box with the hex code in it. Now, this error dialog box, if we go in here, is built off of the save dialog in Mario Party DS. How that works is basically I have a clip of the game saving at the end of the gameplay. You'll see it right there. I clipped it out. It says saving, don't turn off the power or remove the game card. I sort of used a masking crop effect. If we disable that, we can see where it's from. And I animated that to the dialog box from Mario Party DS itself. After that, on top of the clip, I took a little screenshot of the white space in the save dialog box, in the corners around here, and then, using the Nintendo DS BIOS font in Final Cut Pro, typed out exception occurred with a hex code and turn off the power. And that applies to the software piracy detected message as well. I have mentioned this before, but this whole idea spawned out of a dream that I had, where I was playing a game very similar to Cherry Go Round, where you spun Luigi, and I basically built the animation of the dialogue boxes here going fast and changing messages like that based on what happened in said dream. So that's where that idea came from. Now, I can change this text to whatever I want. It's all written up right here, DS BIOS font. I can change the font if I want to. It won't look very nice, but I can do that. I can say exception occurred at, I don't know, funny joke here, and it'll change dynamically inside the error box. We can go back on top of the game, and that's changed. That's pretty cool, I think. I don't know about you, but I've gone too far. Shoot. That's all back to normal. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. We go into a black screen, and that's built off of the Hudson Nintendo scrolling background I sort of did for what we see later in the Piracy screen. If we brighten that up a bit, it's just a placeholder that I made lightless so that it seems as though it's a black cut. Onto the actual Piracy screen itself. We're zoomed in a bit here. This is it. It contains no gameplay, all built in Final Cut. Where to begin? We got the music down here playing as a file called Project 3, because at that time I hadn't given the song a name. I just made it in about 20 minutes in Logic Pro, and I'll go over that in a bit. But actually, this is what it sounded like when I first built it. The Bowser's Laughs were added in separate, but this is the song as it was after I spent about 20 minutes playing around. Now you'll notice there's no drum break, and that's because there's no drum break. That was added about a month later or so. Whenever I released Piracy is No Party as a single song, that is when I added the drum break. The original song was just a loop that you just heard. So yeah, that's, I guess, where I begin. Going up, we have Hudson, which is what I showed earlier. If we disable all the other stuff up here, try to at least, you'll see that it's really just this Hudson and Nintendo image I made, scrolling until it reaches its end here, which you don't see because I covered it up with bar of black and a bar of black to represent the DS resolution in 1080p. And then we have the iconic image that's found in the story mode of Mario Party DS, where basically Bowser traps them in a cage for about 2 seconds. And then on top of that, I just put some text down. So, Piracy is No Party, that's in the Mario Kart DS logo font. I wrote this little spiel about video game piracy, and then on the bottom screen, flashing, we have Power Off Now, and that's also in the Mario Kart DS font, but I made it using a gradient to look like, yeah, that right there. That's at the beginning of each and every minigame in Mario Party DS. And I feel like I did a pretty decent job at it. I could have done better, but, you know, I feel like it came out pretty well, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, that's basically everything to it. There's no ROM hacking or anything crazy involved, just, I don't know why that's there. Just a simple animation, I guess you could call it. Moving on now. We're gonna go spend some time looking at Logic Pro. Except we're not. Unfortunately, what happened was, I did the entire recording of me breaking down Piracy is No Party as a song. And when I went to put the recording in this video, there was no audio from my digital audio software. Let's take a listen, why not? looking further into that, I figured out that it was the audio capture software I was using on my Mac. When I tried to fix it, it crashed my whole computer. And it's been doing this for about 30 minutes now, so I'm gonna figure out another way to record the audio of Piracy is No Party and make it all work. And that'll come out as a separate video on YouTube in the coming days. So yeah, that's the situation. Hopefully it won't take too long for me to fix the problem. I don't expect it to. So watch out for the Piracy is No Party song breakdown in a couple of days. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes of the anti-piracy screen, and peace.